Boop, boop. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Zura, and today on June 16th, 2020, I played Title Tuesday tournament at chess.com, and in round four, I played Anish Giri, an elite grandmaster, a very strong player, obviously, and the winner of a very prestigious Mr. Dodgy Invitational that recently finished up. D4, knight f6, c4, e6. So the game was 3 plus 1. Time control, sorry, was 3 plus 1. We played out Queen's Indian. He goes g3, I go bishop b7, bishop g2, bishop b4, check. Obviously, bishop e7 here is the more common way of continuing, and after short castle, probably knight c3, knight e4, queen c2 takes on c3, takes queen c3, and black sometimes go f5 or c5. Both of them are very common lines. I played bishop b4 check to simplify the position a little bit. I'm not sure that's the best decision, but that's what happened. Short castle, knight b2 d7. He goes queen c2. Short castle, knight c3, and I go e5 immediately. I could have done queen e7 and wait for e4, and then probably go e5, d5, a5. My queen on e7 is probably better placed than on d8. However, I went immediately e5, he goes d5, a5, a3, with the idea of b4, right? He's preparing his queenside expansion. I go knight e8. My only counterplace here, I thought, lies in to playing f5, and maybe trying to create some chances in the center. But he goes b4, f5, knight goes to d2. Typical slight advantage for white, but black's position is very solid actually, and it's hard to break black's position. I go g6, which probably is not the best way to continue. Queen e7 is probably a more rational decision. I go g6 to try to maybe bring knight to f6 at some point, and my pawn on f5 is not under attack. Knight b3, he goes knight b3, basically forcing some file open up on A or B file. He wants to take on A5 and then probably go for some kind of C5 ideas. And for that reason, I took A takes B4. Afterwards, I figured that after the game, bishop A6 would probably be a better way of continuing, because white doesn't have a comfortable way of protecting that pawn, C4 pawn. So probably he should go knight D1. Maybe I just have to retreat back to c8 once he goes to d1, and it's not obvious what that knight is doing on d1. Obviously, my pieces are also not the most active. He takes a takes b4, a takes b4, knight f6. I go knight f6, rook takes a8, queen a8, rook a1, queen b8. Queen d2, I'm assuming protecting d5 pawn. I go so preparing c5 at some point next. King g7, he goes rook b1, which in my opinion is a mistake. Computer suggests f4, actually opening up the center. And basically now he wants to take fe. If I take with the knight, then knight d4, knight e6 will be very unpleasant knight sortie. And if pawn takes, then probably white can go c5 already. My opponent chose to play rook b1 to put this x-ray on my queen. I go bishop a6, and here he actually commits to unnecessary c5, something like first protecting and then preparing c5 would be in my opinion, better because now I can take and play something like Queen B4, for example. Even though the move that I played in the game, Queen A7, was also pretty reasonable, but then I get into this pin ideas on A file. So from the practical standpoint, I think going to B4 would make more sense. And if you go C6, just simply knight B6. And let's say if you go something like knight A1, I can just move away the queen. I'm not probably better here, but definitely black has it easier than white in my opinion because basically I don't have a weakness and my pieces are already kind of active. Um, so um, in a blitz game, I think black has it easier. Went queen a7, c6, and then I go knight c5, queen a2, rook a8, trying to basically free my bishop. He takes on c5, queen takes c5, and here he goes queen d2, which I think is not the best way to play this out because on queen d2 I could have gone bishop c4. And again, I think black's position is more comfortable than white's because I'm playing with only a single weakness, which is very hard for white to approach. So, for example, now I want to go knight g4 and then attack f2 pawn and e5, knight e5, sorry, e4, knight e5, and then knight is already very active. h3 would be most logical, rook a3, rook b7, just simply queen a5, which leads to this endgame where black is probably not worse. I'm not sure actually if giving up c7 pawn would be something I would be happy about here, but computer says that position is pretty much equal. However, but by any sense, obviously, I didn't see all those lines, but practically, that's definitely a better decision, and in my opinion, that would be my chance in this game. We both had around 1 minute left at this point. And once I saw knight g4, I kind of got excited about this prospects of playing e5, sorry, e4, knight e5, knight d3, also knight f3 is in the loom, knight c4, and basically activating all my pieces after being the passive entire game, kinda. And that was the final mistake. I go e4 here, and for some reason I totally forgot about rook a1 back to pin my bishop, and now actually I'm in this very annoying pin. I went knight e5 and he goes queen d4, trades queens, and after queen trades, basically my bishop is doomed because I can't do bishop b7. He will take on cb and then promotes on the next move. Not right now, but like queen d4, let's say, takes there, knight d3, he goes knight b5, threatening knight, excuse me, knight c7. I go rook b8, takes there, and after this game is basically pretty much over. After rook a1, black's position is very grim. Interesting game for me. It's not often that I get to play with these guys, so it was definitely source of confidence for me to see that anything can happen in one game, and it's possible to play against anyone, basically. All right, that's it for now, and I will see you guys next time.